everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I created a review or anything like that, but the last couple of months I've been trying to focus more on just creating some creative content. Been on doing some vacations, just trying to learn some of the workflows that works best with some of my gear. But today I'm doing a quick 5-minute review on my experience with the Nikon ZR, just strictly using it for photos. Last Sundays I went down to the San Diego harbor to do just a quick photos only POV session, and it was pretty much a fun experience. First off, the physical experience of using the ZR is honestly one of my favorite things about it. A lot of my Nikon cameras, I have the Z6 III and the ZF. It is a little bit bulky with the lens combinations I have. You know, this is an example of one of them. This is a 24-70, and sometimes this lens right here could get a little bit heavy.
You're the weak.
It's not too heavy, but it can get a little bit heavy is when I'm trying to do some casual street sessions here. But a lot of the folks that I've seen on YouTube that's been transitioning over to Nikon, they're adapting their lenses, their Sony lenses, their E-mount lenses over to the ZRs, and so far it's been working great. On this camera right here, I have the Megadap ETZ21 Pro. This is not the latest one. This is the second generation where it doesn't have the weather seeing. I'm kind of debating if I should get it as a backup or actually using this one as a backup to the one with the weather settings, so I could take this out to some vacation that I'll be taking soon, and just having this light camera around. But I love the way Nikon looks from a photo perspective, and then when I shoot video with it on my Z6 IIIs, it's really clean and sharp, and I don't want to say it's too saturated compared to some of the Sony cameras that I use. I have the A7CR as well too, and I took that one out to a recent trip recently over to Hawaii, and I had some really good videos, but I used the S Cinetone profile now, and I used the flat profile for this one here. And anytime I use the flat or the neutral profiles, it still looks a little bit better in my opinion. I don't know if it's just one of those things that my preference is. And the images just looks a lot sharper and more cleaner on the Nikon camera. So I know Nikon's more of a photo first company where they're trying to get into the cinema lines. I'm by no means a professional cinematographer or anything like that. I'm just a hybrid casual shooter. A lot of this stuff here is pretty much just a hobby, and I'm a weekend shooter, and I just love gear. And when I got this one here, got the ZR, I actually sold one of my Sony cameras. I had the A6700 with a couple of APS-C lenses, which I sold over to MPB, and so I could actually fund this one here. And the main reason why I really bought it was because of the form factor. But yeah, my experience with this here for doing street photography, it was fun, but sometimes it was funny because I was trying to actually frame some of my shots, and I usually frame my shots before I take the pictures. I put it up to my eyes to look in the viewfinders, and I saw myself in the habit of lifting it up and realized that there's no viewfinder on this one here, and I have to use the large screen. Look how large the screen is. This is huge.
That's what she said.
Michael. But the screen was great. I was able to, really frame it up here, but it kind of reminds me of the experience when I'm shooting down low angles with the A7CRs or one of the Sony compact cameras, where I just flip the screens and not look through the viewfinders. But I did see myself, doing pre-shoots that I try to frame it through my eyes just to see what it looks like through the lens. And it's just funny because I keep putting it myself to my eye, and my nose touches the screen here, and it automatically takes the shot. But I think there's something in the settings that I can do to disable actually automatic shooting. But I did find it fun in the POV that I did on Sunday, where all I have to do is just flip it around, frame my shot. Wherever I touch is focused, and it takes a shot. But overall, I think this is a good camera for street photographers. You know, look at this setup. It's small. You know what I mean? This is with the Sigma 45 f2.8. Great lens, great build. It just looks nice on the ZR. The one thing I did notice, the grip, it reminds me of the days where I used to have the Nikon J1, which was Nikon's first generation mirrorless cameras. Although it was a great attempt in trying to get switchable lenses for mirrorless cameras, but the lens just was never affordable, and I don't think the first generation mirrorless cameras that Nikon made was really a huge hit, but I gave it a couple years shot and it just never worked. But this, I think what they did was they got all the lessons learned from the J1 and the V1s and all the generations after those version 1s. They got it right here because it feels really good. But back to the grip again. I did feel myself wanting more, I don't know, more girth or here, or where I can actually do it, where I can just walk around, because all I had was just a Peak Design strap here, and sometimes I don't want to be in the habit of just letting it, you know, lay down and walk by my side ears, and I just want to make it hold it, and I felt like it wasn't enough to grab it. It feels like the ZF before I actually put the small rig grip on it. So probably that's one of the first things I'm going to get. I did order a cage for this, but I don't intend to really rig it out too much because I like the way its size. And it just feels nice in the hand. But I think it just needs an additional grip, like a small rig grip here with the L bracket, so that way it has an Arca Swiss adapter here on the bottom. Right now I just have the Peak Design plate right here. But yeah, you know, I see some videos from larger YouTube channels where they said that it doesn't have enough buttons. But in all honesty, if you know, I try to keep street photography very simple, where I'm only just controlling the ISO, the aperture, and the shutter speeds. And it was more than enough to map out some of the controls, the existing. All you really do need to do is probably just map out 2 or 3 buttons, and you could use ISO with an average of 100 to 800 during a high daylight time, where the camera will do all the work for you for the ISOs, and all you have to really do is just worry about the shutter speed and apertures. But you know, personally, if you ask me, I think it'd be a great camera. I look forward to seeing more videos doing street photography with this one here. I like playing with this camera right now, so look forward to doing some more tests and POVs around San Diego's or anywhere I goes and bring this with me here. All right, until then, thanks a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.